What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy, your homie, your partner, your friend, Amechi G. Amechi G. Amechi G. Amechi G. Amechi G. You feel me? I'm still trying to see how I should say it. But this time around, I couldn't find a good intro video, a good intro song. And I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Boom. Boom. Yeah, it's not working. It's failing on this. Anyway. Whatever. Right. I know it's been 2 months, but trust and believe, I was really thinking about what I'm gonna say, what I wanted to make my video about, and it took me a good 3 weeks to kind of finalize what I really want to talk about. And I knew it wasn't my time to make videos within those 2 weeks because it wasn't a conviction. It was something that moved my body in such a force of action that I wanted to create, and I wanted to get in tune with my creative side, and that's when I knew I needed to make this video. So if this video gives you value, you already know what to do. Subscribe. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Do what one should do when getting value. Just want to share, just want to give it, just want to make sure that people are set as well. So today we're going to be talking about mistakes. And I'm going to be honest with you. Mistakes are similar to sin, okay? You can substitute the word between the two words, because that's what sin is. It's just mistake. It's just error. When Adam and Eve ate the fruit, that was the first time mistake was brought into this world. That's the first time sin was brought into the world. And then we just start committing mistakes after mistake after mistake. You have the story of Adam's son, right? Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel because Cain was jealous of Abel. Cain killed Abel. Cain wanted to rejoice in what Abel was able to do, and jealousy crept into that relationship and destroyed it, honestly. But that's why I'm making this video, so we could be more aware of our mistakes. Okay, so I want to talk about how in real life, right, in real world scenarios where mistakes happen, okay, or where we could do what Paul said and make room for mistakes that people make. Okay, let's see. For me, I could remember when my brother had dislocated his hip, and then we was at home, we was chilling, and he asked me to readjust his leg for him, right? And I did it, but I did it the wrong way, but it was the right way, and it really readjusted his hip. And he was almost about to flinch at me. He was flinching at me. He flinched at me. I'm just like, oh, I don't know if he flinched at me, but he made a mistake in terms of how he responded to my hip placement. And so that right there just shows how his mistake was trying to not attack me, but trying to flinch at me because I did the wrong thing, but it was the right thing. See what I'm saying? So even if like I had a story like my friend, my friend got kicked out the house. I'm talking about kicked out the house just because she was being her. And that could be a fault too. Let me give you scripture. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Colossians always get me. Is it Colossians, Colossians, like Colossians chapter 3 verse 13. Make allowance for other people's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. That's such a kosher way to go about it, right? That's such a kosher way to go about how you deal with other people's fuck ups. It's like when your dad gets not even goes to the story goes like your dad goes to the corner store and never comes back. So imagine your dad never coming back and having to make allowance for that to happen to myself. Like, it's so deep. It's so like it's renewing. It feels renewing. And it's just zen. Like, that's a zen life. When you expect or you make room for somebody's mistakes onto you, for somebody's faults. I'm about to look up the word faults. An unattractive or unsatisfactory feature specifically in a piece of work responsive to an responsibility for an accident or misfortune. Okay. Responsibility for an accident or misfortune. That's really what fault really is. Like, it's a misfortune. Like, and then we have to make room for that. That's pretty. Because sometimes you just want to react. You see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just want to react. Someone cuts you off. You just want to react. Somebody, like, doesn't give you back your money. You just want to react. Someone using something that you didn't authorize them to use. And you just want to react. But that's why the scriptures are here. It's a reference to how we should behave excellently. What's her name? I'm trying to think of her name. That's why I'm so quiet. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey always talks about it. Always talks about how we should act excellent. Excellence, for an example, is you going to McDonald's and you're getting your stuff and you realize there's no napkins versus that clerk, that associate putting napkins in your bag. You can notice there's a difference in this type of care. She actually put more napkins inside of the bag. And so that's how you could tell from excellence to not excellence in a small sense. But in a bigger sense, in a wider sense, excellence is how you maneuver. It's how you take care of yourself. It's how you clean up after yourself. It's how you set things in order for that, so that your life can be a little more organized. So I'm saying, so it's really like important. It's really important. It's really important. Like, that's why I'm here. Like, I really want to make this so interesting, right? I don't want to, I don't want to like bore y'all or whatever, but I want to make these videos so interesting, okay, that you kind of fall asleep to it, or that you could learn from it. See what I'm saying? Right? And for those who didn't tap into my love video, I just want to remind ourselves what love is, because love really implements that, make allowance for other people's faults. Love, the way God intended love to be, it really implements that way right there. So love, easy. Okay. I found it. So basically, this is love. This is how love should be received and given. Okay, love is kind. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Man. Let's do the NLT version. I feel like the NLT version is the most simplest Bible ever. It's simple. It's so simple, it be jogging my mind. Like, what did that mean? But it's mad simple for sure. Check this out. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand on its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of being wrongdoing. So that right there, keeping no record of being wrongdoing. If this was the keeping no record of wrongdoing, and if this was make allowance for people's faults, and you plug them together, come on now. Like, this is truly like a principle. It's truly a principle of how you should of how you are dealing with people, okay? Because if you're not allowing if you're just holding grudges, oh, my mom did this to me, I'm holding a grudge. Or my father left me at a young age, I'm keeping a grudge. My uncle touched me in a way that's inappropriate. See what I'm saying? Like, people make mistakes. You may not deem it as a mistake, but ultimately they are mistakes. If they feel it in their heart that they should have never done it, and they did it anyway, that is something we call the enemy. That is something Paul calls it as sin living inside us. That's the sin Paul talks about, how we do not commit sin. Sin causes us to commit it. Sin causes us to do whatever it wants us to do. And that's why Yeshua is so profound, because when he died, he defeated sin. He defeated it. Now we live eternally. We live in an eternal body. We get eternal bodies. This body is earthbound. Is earthbound. But Paul talks about these spiritual bodies that we get. My Bible says that Yeshua promised us satisfaction of riches and satisfaction of life. My Bible says that Oh man. Hey, so people make mistakes, right? I just seen a car going down a one-way, the wrong way. What the heck? Gotta get the Vaseline. So this last part, right? So again, right? Keeping no record of wrongdoing, right? Making allowance for people's faults. Okay. This is truly how we should be handling people, right? And not only handling people, I feel like this goes hand in hand with the way we should be praying. And I'm going to give you the Bible verse. When seed, mountain, mustard seed, mustard. I feel like this is very watered down, in my opinion, but it's still strong, in my opinion. Okay, it's Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. Okay. You don't have enough faith, Yeshua told them. I tell you the truth. If you had a faith even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing would be impossible. Okay? The second there's an extended one. There's an extended version where it says, but he says, but if you stand praying, something like this, right? Very far. It's like this, right? So he was talking about how grudges could hold up your blessings, because if you haven't forgiven somebody, how could your father in heaven forgive you? So what I'm saying? So just like, you have to forgive and give up those grudges, right? In order to receive what you prayed for, right? And that's beautiful. Honestly, that's beautiful. So, last story. And this story is really, really, really interesting, because at a point in time, the Israelites didn't want to be led by a prophet anymore. They wanted a king, just like all the other cities around them. So God was like, all right, we're going to appoint you a king. And his name is going to be Saul. Now, Saul did not deserve this position at all. He did not deserve this position that's another video I could talk about, because he was unqualified for this position, and he got it. And he was, in my opinion, the worst king they had. He tried to kill David, killed Goliath in a battle, won Israel the the victory for the day, for the year, for the decade. And then Saul wants to kill the boy that helped him. Come on, Saul. And so Saul's mistake was wanting to kill David, right? And this is how it all happened, okay? Well, let me get to the page. Dang. Okay. What should I read from? Dang. I mean, I had it here, but I don't know what happened to it. Okay. I had it. Okay, so I'm going to read. So basically, this is what happened, right? So Saul was hunting down David, and David hid in this cave, and Saul, he went in the cave independently by himself in that same cave, and basically David could have won. David could have killed him right then and there, but he didn't even know David was behind him. So this is what the Bible says, right? 1 Samuel 24 verse 3. 24 verse 4. Now is your opportunity. David's men whispered to him, today the Lord is telling you, I will certainly put your enemy in your power to do what you wish. So David crept forward and cut off a piece of a hem of Saul's robe. But David's conscience began bothering him, because he had cut the Saul's robe. He said to the men, "The Lord forbid that I should do this to my Lord and the king. I shouldn't attack the Lord's appointed one, for the Lord placed him as chosen. For the Lord himself has chosen him." So David restrained his men and did not let them kill Saul. So basically what happened was that he found an opportunity, he saw an opportunity to kill Saul. But instead of killing Saul, David, the man that David is, the characteristics that we should embody, he said, "Bro, let me not kill him. Let me just rip off something of his, so he knows that I had an opportunity to lace your ass." But he didn't. So basically, Saul knew that David was going to be the best king that he ever was and ever will be. So this is what he said to David, right? This is what he said to David. He said, "May the Lord reward you well for the kindness that you have showed me today. And now I realize that you are surely going to be king, and the kingdom of Israel will flourish under your rule. So swear to me by the Lord that when that happens, you will not kill my family and destroy my line of descendants." This man is scared to death that when this man is king, he's going to kill off my generations. He is terrified, petrified. He is, oh my God, he is shaken by his boots. And this is what David said, being him. Yo, hold on. Hold on. Nah, hold on, bro. You wildin'. Hold on, bro. So David promised this to Saul with an oath. Then Saul went home, and David went with his men back to their house, to the stronghold. Sheesh. Yo, that was so amazing. So amazing. Now I want this video to encourage. Again, I come here to encourage, to expose, but not even to expose just to let y'all out here doing whatever. Expose to then wrap up, right? Expose to then just watering these plants, watering my plant, your plant, patching these wounds up. You know what I'm saying? It's truly amazing what God has done for me and what God is doing for you. And we're just going to see God through, right? We're going to see God through. So these are mistakes, right? But the last thing I want to kind of say is that mistakes, how we deal with mistakes determines our love for ourselves. If you love yourself, and it's all a journey though, right? I don't know where you are at your spiritual journey, but I know I've been practicing spirituality for quite some time, and it's really truly just where are you in your level of awareness? Where are you in your level of, oh man, I need to start practicing some skills so that I could thrive at life. You know what I'm saying? It's truly amazing. So I love y'all, man. Listen, I love y'all. This is pure work right here. This is pure knowledge. This is pure me responding to some ideas that I have in my head. So what I should talk about. It's truly amazing. It's truly amazing. So I just want to say follow, you feel me? Subscribe, like, go crazy. I love y'all. Peace.
Don't you think like that? I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe in me, don't you be like that? I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah. Straight from the 8, I'm walking with God.